We're waiting for the right time to engage. We're going to rotate behind the tower. Sylvanas is tanking tower shots. We're going to come in, activate our 3, get some damage onto this on her. We're able to get the pick onto him. We're going to use our 1 to get out. We're going to focus this hell. We're able to get the pick onto her. That's a double. Thanatos is now here. We're going to go ahead and ult this Fafnir. That's a Quadra. Now we're working on the Penta. We're going to land on this Cthulhu. We're going to activate our 2. We get knocked up. We're going to work on burning him down. We're going to use our 1. And unfortunately, we did not get the pentakill. What a do, Skibbity Boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Kuang in Jungle. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Kuang is a mage who excels in the jungle. He's really good at single target damage. This game, I feel like we had a kind of slow start and we had a couple of deaths that were 100% preventable. I was a little disappointed at my deaths, but everything else turned out pretty well. So let's go ahead and jump into Kuang's kit. Kuang's 1, Water Illusion. Kuang teleports forward into stealth, leaving behind a watery form of himself. He remains in stealth for 5 seconds or until he attacks or takes damage. Kuang may activate this ability again to detonate the watery form, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Kuang's 2, Dragon Call. Kuang summons 6 dragons to his side. For each successful basic attack Kuang makes, a dragon will dive onto the target, dealing additional damage. This ability ends after all dragons are used or after 10 seconds. Kuang may activate this ability again to send forward any remaining dragons in a ranged attack. The dragon damage ends slow the first enemy that they hit. It's going to be a 30% slow for 1 second, plus 0.25 seconds per remaining dragon. Kuang's 3, Wild Storm. Kuang unleashes a storm of lightning from his sword, damaging all enemies in front of him. The hit will send a dragon from Dragon Call's 4th, dealing damage to hit targets. Kuang's ultimate, King of the Eastern Seas. Kuang grabs a single target, dealing damage and knocking them into the air. If the target is below a health threshold, Kuang will reveal his true form and become an airborne dragon, executing them and restoring health. After transforming, Kuang then picks a new location to land, dealing damage to enemies within 20 units. The execution threshold is going to be 30%. At level 1, this is going to heal you for 10% of your maximum health, and then at level 5, this is going to heal you for 30% of your maximum health. And finally, Kuang's passive, Dragon King Sword. Every 20 seconds, Kuang gets a stack of Dragon King Sword. With the stack, his next non-ultimate ability that deals damage to an enemy god has a reduced cooldown and heals Kuang. Successfully executing an enemy god with King of the Eastern Seas fully charges Dragon King Sword. The cooldown reduction is 2 seconds, he can have a maximum of 3 stacks, and he's going to heal for 5% of his maximum health. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into our 3, level 2, put a point into our 2, level 3, point into our 1, level 4, point into our 2, then at level 5, put a point into our ultimate. Then we want to max out the 2, max out the 3, put the rest of the points into the ult, then max out the 1, put points into our ultimate. With Kuang's ultimate, we don't actually need to level it up. It will do more damage, however the execution threshold, the reason we're using this ability, stays the same at 30%. So by putting additional points into our 2 and our 3, we're going to be able to get more damage off, get them lower, and then hopefully be able to execute them. We left Fountain with Jungler's Blessing, tier 1 of Ring of Hecate, 2 health potions, and a Hand of the Gods. We're going to go ahead and start another rotation, work on our speed, go to blue. So whenever we activate our 2 and then we activate our 3, we're going to unleash a dragon on every enemy that are 3 hits.
I'm going for jungle buff.
We're trying to let Osiris know that he should come hit his blue with us.
On my way.
We go ahead and drop the blue buff. I don't think he got any of the XP. Since we hit this Harpy camp, we're going to go ahead and just rotate straight to middle. They do have a Hell on their team, but we're not going to be going into anti-heal. We're going to go ahead and activate our 2, activate our 3, land some basics, shoot our 2 off, and then we're going to kind of fall back and rotate to our red buff.
I'm going for jungle buff.
Normally, with Hell on the enemy team, we'd be going into anti-heal, but Kuang actually bursts down enemies so fast that hopefully we'll be able to get the pick on her before she can heal at all. We probably should have rotated towards the mid wave to get the XP from the mini wave before hitting this camp. We just hit level 5. We see 2 people over and left. We're going to go ahead and rotate over. This Cthulhu is really close to execution threshold. Thanatos is behind us. We're going to activate our 2, activate our 3, and go ahead and ult him. We're going to get the execution, and then it's going to give us the full stacks on our passives. Normally we would want to land on the Thanatos, but we don't really have the mana for it, so we're just going to fall back. We have about 20 seconds left on our speed timer, so we're going to go ahead and clear this camp and then back ourselves. We have enough money for these shoes of the Magi, which are the lifesteal boots, so we're going to go ahead and pick these bad boys up. We don't necessarily need cooldown on Kuang. As long as we can burst somebody down, we're doing our job.
I'm going for jungle buff.
We're going to go ahead and hit the blue buff, activate our 2, just focus the main minion, and we're able to burst it down really quickly. We're going to go ahead and shoot off our 2 so that way the cooldown activates. Thanatos ultimate inbound. Looks like he missed. We're waiting to see if they step up. Looks like they're just going to the red buff, so we're going to hit this wave and then hit our red buff.
Enemy missing right. I'm going for jungle buff.
We let our mid know that we're going for red. We're going to activate our 2 and just focus the main minion. Now is a good time to hit this harpy. There's no mid lane minions marching up, or they haven't made it far enough in lane to where we can get them. We're going to set up a ward left and in right. We're going to check the mid harpies. They are here, so we're going to activate our 2, activate our 3. That's going to shoot a dragon onto both harpies.
Retreat left lane.
We try to let Osiris know that Thanatos is in the left jungle, so he should probably back it up, play it a little safe.
Enemy missing left.
Kuang does have an attack chain. It is a strong hit followed by 2 half hits, and then a final strong hit on his 4th hit.
Be right back.
We have plenty of health, we have plenty of mana, so we're actually just going to stick around and do another rotation without backing. We're going to get a basic attack off, activate our 2, get another basic attack off, activate our 3, get another basic attack off. We're going to try to auto attack cancel without Kuang. The Cthulhu's pretty weak. We're going to go ahead and apply a little bit of pressure to him. We're going to stealth. Blink in, activate our 2. He uses ultimate. We tried to ult him once he was within the execution threshold, but Cthulhu is not executable whenever he's in his ultimate. So there are a few things that can prevent the execute. And on her ultimate, if Thanatos ults, he's going to get that CC immunity. Same with Fafnir. So we got to be a little bit careful on how we use our ultimate. Oh, I just remembered. I get a little salty this game. I forget about that.
Enemy missing right.
Somehow we missed the minions with our 3. We're going to go ahead and rotate to the red buff. We're kind of low on mana.
To me, my brethren.
We drop the red. Thanatos is kind of rotating on us. We're going to see if he does anything. 3 people in mid. We're going to see if we can get any pressure onto this on her. Looks like on her is not here. We're going to check his purple camp real quick for backing. Not there. Oh, there he is. We're going to apply a little bit of pressure. He jumps.
Enemy missing middle.
We're just going to go ahead and fall back. He fell under tower. So after going into lifesteal boots, we're going to be going into Ring of Hecate. Ring of Hecate is going to provide us 80 magical power, 25% attack speed, and 15% magical lifesteal. It has a passive that each successful basic attack applies a hex to enemies and empowers you, increasing your power by 5% and reducing the power of your opponent by 5% for 5 seconds. This can stack up to 3 times. So it has lifesteal, attack speed, and it makes the enemy a little bit weaker. We're going to rotate mid. This Fafnir is within execution threshold. We just need to get close to him. Looks like he's under tower. We don't have our blink, so we're probably not going to go near that. Activate our 3, get some basics onto this hell, and we're able to burst her down. Looks like right lane needs a little bit of help. We're going to rotate over, see if there's anything we can do. We did kind of mess up our rotation of not hitting blue buff after the speed buff. On her's back there, under his tower, so we're just going to go ahead and rotate back into jungle, see if he steps up. We are missing out on some farm by doing this. We're going to blink in on him, teleport in on him, we teleport right under his jump, activate our 2, then our 3, get some basics, get him under execution threshold, and he beads it, and we're just sitting there looking silly. We go down. We weren't expecting the on her to beats that. That really hurt us in terms of leveling. We messed up our rotation. We kind of sat over in right lane, didn't get any XP for a little too long. After going into Ring of Hecate, we're going to be going into the tier 1 of Demonic Grit.
Your left tower is under attack. Your right
We missed the XP for the red buff. Luckily, our solo laner did not hit blue, so we are going to be able to get some XP there. That's our second ultimate where we did not actually execute someone. We're going to blink in. He uses his ultimate. We're going to go ahead and just fall back. Thanatos is probably going to ult in. We're going to activate our 2. Try to stick to this Thanatos. We get some basics. Activate our 3, and we're able to get the pick onto the Thanatos. Fafnir is now here. We're going to fall back. We're going to use our 1 to get away. Baby Yaga is able to get the pick onto Cthulhu. We're going to sit back. Fenrir is nearby. We're going to get some basics onto him. He's able to jump away. We're just going to fall back and hit our blue buff. Our speed buff is up, so we're going to rotate towards that. Hell rotated from mid. We are kind of low on mana, so we got to be careful on how we play this. Baba Yaga says attack left lane. And then she pings me, saying like, why aren't you attacking left lane? Going for the farm, and it's a bad fight in left lane. But since she pinged us, we're like, alright, we'll go over there. We're going to stick to this hell. She slows us. We're going to get some basics onto this Cthulhu. We used our 1 to get in there aggressively. And we go down to the Thanatos. I was about to type out, that's why I don't attack left lane.
That's too bad. No problem. Your left tower.
So that's where I start to get a little salty. I was playing my game, I let a little ping here and there kind of affect my game, and then I go down for it.
No problem.
So our Cupid is 2 levels below the enemy on her. It's a little concerning. We gotta try to show a little bit more love over in right. So now we've maxed out our 2, we've maxed out our 3, and we only have 1 point into our ultimate. We're going to rotate to mid, see if there's anything we can do. That is a Fafnir ultimate. We're going to activate our 2, activate our 3. That's going to shoot a dragon onto him. We're going to save our 1. We're just going to 1 on in there. And we try to execute the Fafnir. We end up going into the air, but Osiris is able to get the pick. We should be able to land on this hell, get some damage, activate our 3. Slower with our 2, and Osiris is able to get another pick. That's the Cthulhu ultimate, so we're just going to kind of fall back, wait for our 2. We get our 2. Looks like we got knocked up, so we didn't actually activate it, but we're able to get the pick onto the Cthulhu.
Okay, sorry. Attack the Gold Fury.
Gold Fury looks pretty open, so we're just going to rotate over there. We probably should have hit the middle wave before rotating. Somebody sets up a ward. Osiris hops on the Gold Fury. We're going to rotate in and help him out. Activate our 2, land some basic attacks. So the 2 definitely does more damage if you activate it and then land basic attacks. This is no longer a good fight for us, so we're going to kind of fall back. We're pretty low on mana. Sylvanas is in a little bit of trouble. Kind of hanging around. Not the best fight. We're going to activate our 3. We're going to use our 1 to get away. And right there, we make the mistake of being predictable. We should have blinked and then peeled right, heading towards the middle tower instead of going towards the first opening. So now there's a little bit of salt from me. Hey, Baba Yaga, why aren't you rotating? That was a free kill. I'm pretty sure that's all the salt I had this game. So we're able to pick up Demonic Grip. Demonic Grip is going to provide us 75 magic power, 30% attack speed, and it has a passive. Your basic attack reduces the target's magical protections by 10% for 3 seconds, maximum stacks of 3 stacks. So this is like the magical equivalent of Executioner. This item is going to kind of act like our penetration item. We're going to get in there, land some basic attacks. The dragons are going to land on them. It's going to reduce their protections. It's going to reduce their power from Ring of Hecate. And it's going to increase our power. So Kuang with this build is best once we've landed 3 basic attacks. We're going to go ahead, activate our 2, bring down the blue buff. Rotate towards mid. We might do a little pokey poke onto this Cthulhu. We're waiting for our 2. We miss our 3. We use our 1 to get out of there. We activate our 1 again to get the explosion damage onto the Cthulhu. He's rotating towards mid. We're going to go ahead and shoot off our dragons. Right here, we're going to look for a good target. Activate our 2, use our 3. And we're able to get the pick onto the hell. We're going to use our 1 to get out of there. Sylvanas uses his ultimate. We're going to go ahead and burn down this harpy. Get a little bit of mana back. We're going to rotate between the towers, see if we can kind of cut them off. We're going to burn down the Fafnir. Thanatos goes down to the Sylvanas right as he was about to ult. We get popped by a shell. We're going to see if they come around this corner. They do. We activate our 2. We land some basics. The Onher is able to get the pick. We're going to keep trying to burn down the Onher. We ult him, and we're able to execute him. We're going to land in on the Fafnir. We don't have enough mana for our 2. We activate our 2. We're going to work on burning him down. He's a tanky boy. Oh, and we don't have the mana. Sylvanas is able to get the pick though. We should be looking to disengage because we do not have the mana. After going into Demonic Grip, we're going to be going into Telkhines Ring. Telkhines Ring is going to provide us 100 power, 25% attack speed, and it has a passive that basic attacks deal bonus damage of 10 plus 15% of your magical power. This does not affect structures. So with this build, we're really working on activating our 2 and then getting all of our dragons off on a target really quickly. We're going to hit him with this 3 that's going to activate a dragon on him. We're going to get there and just burn him down. Thanatos is here. We're going to rotate in, see if we can help him out. We activate our 2. Activate our 3. Miss our 2, but the Phoenix has got our back. With going into Blink as our first relic, what this allows us to do is to blink in on a target and then use our 1 to either disengage or catch them after a jump. If we did not have Blink, we would just have to use our 1 to get close to an enemy, and then they could usually jump away, and then we have kind of no escape. Blink allows us to be very aggressive on who we engage because we have our 1 to get out.
Enemy missing left. Enemy missing. Attack the Gold Fury. Be careful.
I think while we were playing, we completely missed that Anhur was right there and threw a basic attack at us. We're trying to play it a little careful. We're going to get in there, activate our 3, and our team's able to secure the Oni Fury. Sylvanas is getting blown up. You're going to see if they come around the corner. That's an on her jump. We're going to use our 2. We get some good damage. We're going to go ahead and execute the Cthulhu. Fafnir jump. We're able to land on him. We're going to focus this Hell. She slows us, so there's not too much we're going to be able to do. We already used our 1. There's probably not too much we're going to be able to do, but it looks like Baba Yaga is able to clean him up. That's a full deicide. We should be going for Fire Giant right now.
Attack! Fire Giant! Fire Giant! On my way.
We don't really have the mana to be spamming abilities on the Fire Giant, but as long as we're activating our 2, we should be fine here. Fire Giant is targeting us, so we're going to step out, let it target somebody else, and then rotate back in. We're able to get the pick onto the Fire Giant. That's going to give our team some additional HP 5, some MP 5, and allow us to deal some more damage to structures. After going into Telkhines Ring, we're going to be going into Rod of Tahuti. Rod of Tahuti is going to provide us 160 magical power, some MP 5, and as a passive that our basic attack and our abilities are going to deal 25% more damage to targets below 50% health. This is going to really help us burst people down. It's going to give us a very large power spike, which is also going to increase our basic attack power and the basic attack power from the Telkhines Ring. I'm going to go ahead and rotate to the red buff, drop this for somebody. Now I need to group up as a team and make a final push. We're waiting for the right time to engage. We're going to rotate behind the tower. Sylvanas is tanking tower shots. We're going to come in, activate our 3, get some damage onto this on her. We're able to get the pick onto him. We're going to use our 1 to get out. We're going to focus this Hell. We're able to get the pick onto her. That's a double. Thanatos is now here. We're going to activate our 3. We're going to go ahead and ult this Fafnir. That's a Quadra. Now we're working on the Penta. We're going to land on this Cthulhu. We're going to activate our 2. We get knocked up. We're going to work on burning him down. We need 1. And unfortunately, we did not get the pentakill. After this upcoming patch, they're going to increase the time between multi-kills. So in the future, that would be a pentakill. That was just a soft pentakill. We got the Quadra, and our team is able to clean up the Titan. Well, that's going to be the end of this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.